In this video we're going to have a look at using textures in Affinity Photo for iPad. Now that's textures to modify an existing photograph. Dust, scratches, you may well have seen that. Textures to alter the base of the photograph. Photographic textures are one of the most fascinating things to look at. Random spots of dirt here, scratches there, unusual patterns all over. You can crop just a portion of an image texture and create something abstract and beautiful out of it. You can actually use nearly any image. This image has got a slightly darkened background placed behind or placed over it so you can see through it. The right hand side of the city you can see is bright and blue. The left hand side looks like there's a bit of a storm coming. This photo has been beautifully captured. The expression on the lady's face, the lighting, excuse me, the overall atmosphere. It's simply captivating. From an artistic point of view, which is always debatable, probably would still look too clean. It lacks certain organic nature to it. That's where textures may add something else to the equation. Oh, a bit of a cough here this morning. Now take a look at the same photo. All the attributes we mentioned before are still present, but also have been enhanced by the simple addition of a texture image on top. Textures are generally used to enhance the overall look of a photograph. They're usually applied in such a way that they blend in with your images seamlessly, using blending modes. Now I'm sure you've heard this, blending photographs. It's a very useful addition to your toolbox, and you can see this image is quite different than the original. And how to apply them? Well, first place your image on the canvas. This method is quite simple and it won't take you more than 5 minutes to have an image texture properly blended onto your photo. Open the photo you want to have the texture applied on, then go to the menu file and place, and browse for a texture image you'll be using, such as this one below. Fit the image across the canvas by dragging it diagonally, or just click directly on the canvas to place your image at its actual size. And you can see there I've got the photo of the lady selected, but the image that I'm going to overlay is not selected. Here's where it gets interesting. Select the texture you've just imported from the Layers panel and start playing with blending modes to mix both images. For this particular photo I've used soft light. You may notice how subtle and natural this mode looks. It adds some organic richness to the image, as if the photo was developed by an analog method and suffered some damage in the process. However, when using vivid light to blend our texture, the digital process looks pretty obvious, although it looks interesting anyway. At the moment, Affinity Photo has about 30 blending modes to choose from, so you have plenty of options to play around here. Don't forget to tweak the opacity slider to make your effect subtle or more aggressive as you need. This is a different darker overlay applied with that opacity reduced to 25%. And you can see how the image itself changes as you change the overlay. And above all, experiment. Now I've used a filter here. The original image on the right and the after effect on the left. And in that one I've used add dust spots, and you can see I've made the size of the spots 6.1 pixels in size and a contrast of 83%. That's all I've changed. The screen type of colour. You can go black and white if you like. But above all, experiment. It's as simple as that. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like my channel.